My name is Wylie, and I'm currently completing a bachelor's degree in media and communications with a double major in screen production and radio and podcasting at Macquarie University. I've just completed my internship with Civic, a production company run through the Macquarie University Arts faculty team. At Civic, I work primarily as a production designer, whilst also assisting with camera and sound, developing videos for communities, corporate clients, partners, and different Macquarie departments. The Lion Dancers was a documentary that followed gay performer Sam Goya. My role focused on pre production work on the script and storyboard. During production, I prepared lighting, taped the floors, and ironed the dancers' dresses. Working on lighting was key for this film. As Rabager mentions in directing the documentary, you deal with hard light and soft light, each fulfilling a different purpose as you try to erase all artificiality from the scene. You are using the art that hides the art. Working on the neuro-inclusion documentary as production designer involved multiple pre-production meetings, from being involved in the script writing and storyboarding to bumping in and out sets ready for production. I had to ensure the set was a comfortable space for the neurodivergent interviewees. Working at the Bad Sydney Crime Writers Festival, I helped as an assistant with sound and camera. As an assistant for both, I was put with these tasks such as holding the boom mic, making sure all batteries were charged up and ready to use, and that I was working in a team constantly communicating. I applied theories from screen units like MMCC 3012, documentary filmmaking, and MMCC 3013, open form filmmaking. Thompson and Pascal's notion of reflective practice in their article develops critically, where they mention closely related to the idea of learning from experience. They both mentioned how one-way relationship between theory and practice, between knowing and doing. The hands-on experience of being a part of Civic helps me understand the theory practically. One area of focus I put a lot of time and effort into was developing research and accessibility. For example, working on the neuro-inclusion documentary made me focus on what individuals on the spectrum would feel comfortable with on set. It involved back and forth communication with researchers and my director, Tristan Woodington. This is related to what I learned through our MMCC 3013 open form filmmaking, where Baker Hines mentions in Dreamworld's production design for animation. The director gives the production designer a direction to go, and they are limited to a budget and a time frame. Through working with clients, researchers, and my production team on all three productions, I was able to improve my communicational skills. In Thompson and Pascal's developing critically reflective practice, White focuses on the idea that the ability to repeat catchphrases and familiar propositions gives a conceit of learning and coats the mind with varnish, waterproof to new ideas. Initially, I thought the role of a production designer would be straightforward. Fortunately, I continued to grow in the role and eventually came to love it. I learned to embrace the role as it required a lot of empathy for a designer, helping to realize someone's vision is of great gratification. My successful performances included consistent research, being flexible in my role, and working with others, always striving to achieve the most on a production day. On the flip side, an area of attention needed was my time management. Looking back on my assessment too, I touched on the fact that navigating and trying to balance my internship with a credit overload would be of great difficulty, but achievable through consistent organization. At times, I was overwhelmed trying to balance numerous productions, leading to missing key concepts and production phases. As productions proceeded, I increased my organization through diary and calendar management, which significantly improved this area of focus. Tapping into what Matthew states in Making Media Workers, contesting film and television industry's career pathways, there are several structural conditions and challenges common to the creative industries. These include short contracts, little job security, and uncertain prospects. Taking this on board for future projects is of key significance, and it shows the need for the media workers to display resilience and self management. The media industry is constantly adapting to change, as Lidberg notes in the Australian Media Attitudes to Regulation and Accountability Reforms. Media regulation is a means to achieve the end, which is accountability. Looking at the 2025 Australian Media Landscape Report, people under 25 occupy less than 1% of the media industry workforce. Further, it is of the utmost importance to have an industry standard ready portfolio and skills needed to leap into the real world. My SMART goals for the next 3 years will look like this: specific, to be a full time production designer, developing content for both creative and corporate work; measurable, to achieve at least 3 professional credits per year through freelance projects and short films; achievable. To succeed, I need to continue working on my time management and project planning skills, continuous collaboration with clients and production workers. Realistic. Through the professional networks I've gained through Civic, I aim to take advantage of the opportunity through upcoming professional events. Time bound. I aim to have a complete industry standard portfolio and ABN set up by the end of 2026, consisting of my screen production and radio and podcast work. In conclusion, Civic has provided me with important steps in bridging my academic learning and professional identity. I've been able to reflect on the employability scene within the industry, and I've refocused and realigned my goals as it's all about adaptability, reflection, and contribution within a collaborative community.